Welcome to Our Darlingtown, the podcast where we explore the heart and soul of Darlington through its local independent businesses and the people that make it special. I'm James Carver.
I'm Henry Carver, and we're here to shine a spotlight on our beloved town. Join us as we sit down with the passionate local people to delve into their stories and uncover the unique contributions they make to our community and to find out about the town where we live.
Get ready to be inspired by the people and stories that make Darlington truly special.
And then I've died on casualty.
Oh,
yeah.
No. What happened?
Yeah. Oh, well, they're not having me back now either, so that's a bit gutting. I got my leg caught in a deer trap.
So you wrote and starred in a play, is that right?
Yes. So it was my first show, and I was incredibly nervous that it would be a complete flop. And actually, it was completely the opposite because it toured for quite a few years. I'm babbling. Probably ADHD moment there. So.
Today we're joined by Jade Sloan, actor, writer, producer and all-round creative powerhouse. Jade's been acting professionally for over 16 years, appearing in Casualty, Inspector George Gently, The Dumping Ground, and more, as well as touring nationally with leading theatre companies. Her debut play, Pricks, was an Edinburgh Fringe sellout and award-winning short film. And she's since written the family hit Daisy Donald, which is now touring nationwide. Alongside performing, Jade runs Blackbird Theatre School and most recently launched Key Stage Door, an alternative performing arts education programme at Darlington Hippodrome. Jade, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Tell us...
Take a breath now. It's quite long, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a fair bit going on there.
Can we simply just go through that intro bit by bit?
Yeah, there's more.
Tell us a bit about your acting career and how you got into it originally.
So I was always quite academic at school, although never did particularly well in exam situations. Like I couldn't do exams, but I didn't do badly. I did well. My parents expected me to go to uni. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I felt very pressured to go kind of to university when I maybe didn't want to. So I agreed, but I applied for all dance courses just to kind of wind them up. Well, no, because I love dance. I danced all my life. So I did go to uni for a year, York St John, and I studied dance, and I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't busy enough. I need to be kept busy quite a lot of the time. So I heard about a drama school nearby. I'd already signed my tenancy agreement for my second year at uni, so I couldn't go far from York. And this place was about 20 miles away on the edge of Leeds. So I went to SLP College and I auditioned and I got a full scholarship to go. So I ended up moving and studying musical theatre, which was like a 50, 60 hour a week course, not like the 8 hours I was doing at uni. And I went there. I still love musical theatre to this day, but it was definitely acting that I loved the most. And so we went and did our showcase in London at the Criterion Theatre, and I picked up a very good agent. And then from there, my first TV job, I had like some great theatre jobs, and then my first TV job was Inspector George Gently, which is literally the best job I've ever had. I loved that role because she was a bit of a comedy role. Well, she wasn't. I made her that though. And then I've died on Casualty.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, well, they're not having me back now either, so that's a bit gutting.
No.
I got my leg caught in a deer trap, but then the doctor gave me something. I was on. Oh, I don't know. The doctor gave me something at the scene which caused my death. So there was flashbacks for a few weeks. So I actually appeared for a few episodes, which was nice.
Yeah.
But and I've done little bit TV jobs, and then we started our own family and we adopted. So the acting took a bit of a backseat for quite a while until I started deciding to create my own stuff, and that's where Pricks came from.
And great lead into that then. Tell us about that. So you wrote and starred in a play, is that right?
Yes. So it was my first show, and I was incredibly nervous that it would be a complete flop. And actually, it was completely the opposite because it toured for quite a few years. So I took it to Edinburgh Fringe. It first played in Darlington before. I did like a preview at what was back then, we used to have Jabberwocky Market Theatre Festival in the town. So I was working for them. That's what inspired me to create my own show. And so I did it at Jabberwocky Market at Paulham Hall School. We used their theatre there for a day. So I did like a preview there. I went to Edinburgh, had some sellout shows and some great reviews, which was good. And I won, I think it was later that year that I got like best solo show from British Theatre Guide and stuff. So it just did really well. It's a one-woman show, which it's not self-indulgent like lots of one-person shows are. And it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster, like the story. It's all biographical, which was not ever my plan. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sitting down to write about myself. My plan was I was going to teach the world. Sorry, I haven't even said what it's about. Yeah. About type 1 diabetes, because I've lived with it since I was 4. And I wanted to educate people on it because I love it when people ask me questions about it. And I was going to write it was going to be like a made-up story, and it was going to be two-hander or maybe more. But I ended up writing about myself. I don't know. It's just how the lady I was working with, Shannon, was amazing as my mentor, and it's just the way it went. And you know what? It was the right decision because it did incredibly, incredibly well and sold out all over the country. And yeah, it did really well. Brilliant. So yeah, and then everything's kind of gone from there. So but the problem is though, when you start with something that ends up being really successful, everything else has got to be better.
Yeah. Did you feel pressure then after that was so successful to do something else and it have to be as
I suppose
good or better, as you say?
I think that's probably why I have like quite a long time between different things that I do, because it takes me a while to feel confident that something is good enough. So like Daisy Donald was written, the children's book was written whilst I was touring with Pricks.
Yeah.
And then that was written in 2019 and we only made it into a family show. This time last year we were on tour with it. So that took a few years for me to go, actually, I think I should do this. But so I think it does, because you're just worried about it all coming crashing down and not being as good. But
so how's Daisy Donald gone?
Really well. We're out on tour with it again over Easter kind of time next year. So if there's any theatres listening, if you want to book it, it's still available. We haven't put the Arts Council bid in yet. Yeah. So it's going back out on tour. It was really well received. We wrote it with Type 1 Kids, which is a Northeast, I think they're a community interest company. Yeah. It was, the kids there were absolutely like imperative to making, like that they would like, our young creative team it wouldn't be what it was, what it is without them. Like, they were incredible.
Tell us the story.
Of Daisy Donald. Yeah. Oh, so Daisy's, well, you don't know at first what Daisy's hiding. She's hiding something from you. And it kind of takes you, there's a song in it, the kind of pinnacle like earworm song is Ride the Roller Coaster. And that comes just after she's revealed that the thing that she's hiding, the monsters that she's hiding, so she's got 3 monsters in the play with her, is type 1 diabetes. And it's all about her overcoming and learning to like own that type 1 and be the superhero she is for dealing with it every day. And it's very empowering. She starts off with the last song in the show is Warrior, Not a Worrier, because she's got a song, I'm a worrier at the start, so it's not called Warrior, Not a Worrier, that's the chorus. It's called I'm Warrior. Starts off I'm a worrier, and throughout the show it gets to the point where she's a warrior. Brilliant. And it's lovely. It's like I had adults come and see it without kids. Like, you don't have to have kids to come and see it. It is for all of the family. Everyone will get something from it. Adults often cry. I am quite good at making people cry, it turns out. And I know, like, I shouldn't get joy from that, but you know you've done your job right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's kind of like been my theatre writing, producing career so far. But now...
Yeah, what's going on now?
I'm still doing that. Yeah. But yeah, I've opened Key Stage Door at Darlington Hippodrome. So the Hippodrome have been so supportive. They're amazing partners to have. And Key Stage Door is an alternative education provision for 11 to 16-year-olds who struggle in mainstream school. And that could be because of things like neurodiversity or learning difficulties, anxiety, behaviour, although I always say behaviour is communication. There's something else is going on. So it helps re-engage young people back in learning. And even if they don't ever manage to go back into school, they leave with a qualification that's worth 4 GCSEs. So we offer the Trinity College of London Silver Arts Award, which is a level 2 regulated qualification. And so they can achieve that while they're with us and leave with something that they can use to go into further education and hopefully employment.
So that's 11 to 16-year-olds?
Yes.
So they sort of do that around school? So is it sort of evenings and weekends, or is it part of a school?
So what alternative education provisions are they are usually paid for by the school.
Yeah.
And it's in school time.
Yeah.
And so it's Thursdays and Fridays, 9 till 3 at the Hippodrome. And it's they come to us instead of school. So it gives them some respite from the place that they find really scary and difficult and challenging. Sometimes I have a lot of home educated parents contact me going, oh, give me the details. And but obviously for home educated parents, when we've got like 3 members of staff there most of the time and only a maximum of 8 students, it's not a cheap provision, although it is the lowest price. It's at the lower end of the alternative provision framework prices. It's not something home educated parents can usually afford, the typical parents. And it's a shame because I've got so many that want to come. So I have been trying to raise money for that to try and fund some home educated places. But we'll see how it goes.
And what does the average day on the Thursday or Friday look like?
So we start on a Thursday. We always have just half an hour chat, like wellbeing check-in to start, and then I always start with a game called Foursquare. If you're an actor, you probably know Foursquare, but you might not. It might be brand new. I can't really explain it. Like, it would take me a long time to explain, but you have 4 squares marked out on the floor, and it's a ball game, and it's really fun. And it just gets you kind of switched on and gets you warmed up as well. And
That's
then
like batting a ball to the different squares?
yes.
Oh, yeah, I used to play that at school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Which school did you go to?
Barney Castle.
I thought you were going to say Barney. I knew you'd be Barney boys.
Yeah, I've taught my kids it now. You just get a bit of chalk and you draw a square
and then if
with a cross. You play it.
And it bounces out, then you have to move around. And the aim is to get the server out.
Yeah.
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 Oh, there
I'm
we
not
go.
an actor. I'm definitely not an actor, but I know
Yeah,
the game.
but you went to a school that probably had lots of arts
That
and stuff.
must be
Yeah.
it.
That might be what it is. And sport. And then we normally do keep you uppy after that. But then on a Thursday, after we've challenged ourselves, we've got a graph to see how we do with our Foursquare now, keep you uppy. But anyway, I'm babbling. Proper ADHD moment there. So they go into dance. They have like a movement one and dance, and then they have a little break, singing, then lunch break, drama. Then straight after drama, we do Arts Award, which is working for their Silver Arts Award. And then on a Friday, it's a bit different. We start with Arts Award, and then they go into music with Hayley and Dave, Hayley McKay and Dave Neil Crabtree from North Riding Band. I don't know if you've ever had them here. No. Oh, you should. Oh, you definitely should. So they literally walked into our lesson a couple of weeks ago and went, guys, we got some really exciting news. And we were like, what? And they were so excited. And they went, we've just been played on radio too. And we were like, that was so great for our students to see that. Their most recent single it's just come out actually. Don't ask me the name, I'm terrible. But they're brilliant. They're so talented. Anyway, and then Friday afternoons back with Annabelle. So Annabelle's there on a Thursday morning, Friday. She teaches dance, singing and wellbeing. Annabelle was Snow White in Disney. She's also been in Billy Elliot on the West End. She is a force to be reckoned with. Like, she is amazing. You should get her on here too. She's absolutely amazing. Annabelle Crosby Stewart. She has done a youth psychology degree and a master's. another psychology master's. I can't remember exactly what it's called. So not only is she this amazing performer and arts educator, she does like a wellbeing session with them. They have 45 minutes where they work on like their self-confidence and stuff like that. And she's just, our staff are phenomenal. Like they really are. And I think it's really important that you have, when you're teaching like dance, singing, music, drama, that your teachers are also working in that industry actively at the time. I think that's really, really valuable to have.
Yeah. So why are you limited to just 8 places? Because it sounds like something that would be extremely popular. And obviously you've got a high caliber of coaches or teachers or whatever you call them. What's the reason or the decision behind just 8 places?
Most of the students that come to us have high anxiety. So to not overwhelm them, they're also, majority of them are neurodiverse as well. So it's to keep the numbers small, to keep the space calm, and to make sure that we can support them. So Sarah Wilson, who runs it with me, she's from Trax Darlington. Trax is the music collective. You've not had them, no? I'll give you a whole host
Give
of
us a
people.
list.
So they do Last Train Home Festival, which is, they do loads of music things around the town. But one of them's the music festival in September. It's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, you need to get them on. She's more from the music background. She's a musician herself and singer, but she's there as pastoral lead. So she's always there, not teaching, so that if anyone's having a wobble, needs a movement break, anything like that, she's there to support that. So it's kind of typical of an alternative provision to have very small numbers because of the needs of the kids. And this, just the extra people that they need there to support them as well. Yeah. So I think we can go to 10, 10 max. So we definitely couldn't go above 10. Yeah.
We can obviously tell you're very passionate about what you do. What is it that gives you the biggest sort of buzz in terms of what you're doing at the moment?
So I'm quite an emotional person anyway. But it's when you see, we have a student at the moment that I would never, at the start of term, have ever imagined managing to see them perform a whole dance on their own, having not come from a dance background whatsoever. Like people come to us and it might be that they're more interested in drama or music, but we do everything. And seeing them manage to complete an entire performance to a room with 6 people in, which would normally be bit overwhelming for them. We had some a student and parent visiting, and they were complete strangers to him, and he wanted to perform it for them. So that gives you everything. Like when you can see someone that's come in and you can see their confidence in just 5 weeks has grown so much that they are up for doing that and having a laugh with you, and that's everything. That's what it's all about. It's about giving them that kind of increasing their self-belief and their kind of their self-worth and everything, and giving them those kind of skills as well, which work in all businesses. I do think that actors are the best employees for anyone, pretty much, because we're so good at customer service and things like that. But it's giving them those team skills. It's giving them resilience. Although I don't really like talking about resilience, because I do think that schools put a lot of pressure on building up resilience, but actually maybe we should be adapting to them more. But I suppose actually I haven't, where it all came from is I have 2 children, both with special educational needs myself, and as I mentioned before, they're adopted. So I grew up although I now know I have ADHD, it makes a lot of sense to me. But I was academic, so I always managed at school. I struggled with revising, couldn't revise, left homework till the last minute every time. But I always, school was the only way that I knew, being in mainstream school is what you had to do. Well, actually, it's not. If it doesn't fit the child, they don't have to be in. And that's why we've got in Darlington now, as of February, we had 385 home educated students in Darlington. But that's now increased. So that's where parents have realised actually it's better for my child's mental health to remove them from that and educate them myself. And I don't think it should come to that. I think there should be more money, more money given to education, given to SEN, so that schools can provide that extra support and meet the needs. But it doesn't happen often. But I kind of lost my train of thought there. I don't know where we started.
Well, I'll jump in. So we mentioned Blackbird Theatre School.
Yeah,
how does that fit in?
So Blackbird Theatre School is my theatre school on a Thursday night at Croft Village Hall. It all comes under the Blackbird Creative Arts umbrella. So Blackbird Creative Arts is my company, which is the theatre, typically originally the theatre producing company, but also arts education as well. So Blackbird Theatre School is just a little Thursday night thing. I have, we teach drama and dance, and it's all kind of under the community, kind of giving back to the community, putting arts into the community. I know you guys are invested in the arts because I know your name's on every cup in the Hippodrome. I like the new cups, by the way. They're really good. So I know you get it, but it's all about the kind of like giving back to the community and getting people together, bringing people together. So I teach kids on a Thursday night. And then Blackbird Creative Arts also covers the theatre production side of things and also Key Stage Door. Yeah.
And who do you, obviously children on a Thursday night, what sort of age range is that?
From 4 up to, I've got 4 to 12 at the moment, but there's capacity to I've started from the beginning, so when they get older, there'll be an older class. But there's capacity for going up to 18 as well.
Yeah, and remind me, how long's Key Stage Door been operating?
We've done 5 weeks, and then we've just coming back from half term now, so this will be our 6th week in the Hippodrome, and we've already grown. We've already grown by 50%.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, which is lovely, but we need more. I think what it is for me, parents don't always know their legal kind of rights around, and I also work part-time for the Darlington Parent Carer Forum as a peer support worker. So I've learnt a lot through meeting with other parents and in fact, I've learnt everything I know about education and our rights and EHCPs and everything like that from meeting other parents who've gone through the same thing. And I think a lot of people don't realise that if your child is out of education for 15 days, the local authority have a legal right. You can enforce Section 19 of the Education Act. They have a legal right to provide alternative provision. They typically go with their own ones that kind of put money back in their own pockets, which is fine because obviously we need the local authority to keep functioning and looking after Darlington. But so we tend to, often kids go to either Rice Car College or Home and Hospital, sometimes Darlington College, through that kind of Section 19 process. But actually they don't have to. Parents can push for places like us, which might meet their kids' needs better because that's what they're interested in. And also, I think I'm right in saying this, I think we are the only alternative provision that provide a level 2 qualification, because most of them are level 1, which we also offer a level 1 qualification as well. But if they're capable of getting the level 2 when they come to us, I'm like, I'd be doing them a disservice if I didn't get them that 4 GCSEs kind of thing. So we've got a year 9 doing the 4 GCSEs at the moment with us as well. So if they are, I will always try and push them to get the best and the most out of it. But so.
Well, it does sound like you're exceptionally busy. What does 2026 look like in your vision?
Well, I'm hoping that there's a possible partnership coming up for Key Stage Door, which might bring us some students. So we might have a full cohort of 8 students, which would be wonderful. Then I've got to rehearse for Daisy Donald and fit that around Key Stage Door. And luckily, I think all of my shows, bar one, fall on either weekends or school holidays. So it's only one day where I'll be absent. But I've got that coming up. And And yeah, maybe a new show that I'm thinking about writing.
So you haven't yet put pen to paper?
No, I thought, right, this is the title. Think Before You Speak is the title, because I spent my whole childhood with my parents going, Jade, think before you speak. And I didn't know at that time. It was actually the reason why I didn't think before I speak sometimes. But I bet I'm so much better now. I have to really, really think though. It's because I have ADHD, and I didn't know that until I learned about my own kids, and I was learning about their diagnoses, and I was like, hang on, this is all a little bit too familiar for me. Yeah. So then I did the NHS right to choose system and got assessed myself. But I'm not medicated right now, as you can probably tell, because they're changing my medication. Actually, though, I've got to say, for me, even though some of the side effects weren't great on the medication I was taking, but my head was so much clearer.
Was it really?
My head always has lots of tabs open. It's like when you're at my computer, people go, Jade, how can you have any tabs open? I'm like, well, that's just my head. But actually, they really shut down to just a couple of tabs. But anyway, I'm not advocating for medicating people for ADHD. I'm just saying it worked for me.
Yeah. Excellent. So another busy year ahead. Look forward to hearing more about it.
I've probably forgotten something that I'm doing. I tend to do that. I'll probably think afterwards, why didn't I mention that? And I still do a lot of advocating for type 1 diabetes. So I've just been in London doing weekends. So hopefully some more trips abroad, because it's nice when they take you to nice places to talk about it. But
excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, Jade. That's been a great conversation.
Thank you.
Very enjoyable.
Can I mention one thing, which I almost forgot? And I don't know if you'll be able to share the link as well on your thing, but I have through the Darlington Hippodrome Foundation, we do have a fundraiser where people can click on the link and donate towards funding a place for home educated students. Yeah. So if it could give you that link.
Absolutely.
And your listeners could, if they felt like they could, put a little donation in there. Absolutely. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, happily do that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jade.
Thanks for having me.